Can I not? Filters. I forgot how I wanted the special features last time. Was that just on audio? Oh, we gotta get out of this. Oops.
Order filled.
What's up, everybody? Okay, just had to. Oh, it's very loud. Just had to adjust my sound settings here. I should have been in that. It's okay. Oops. I should have the profit loss somewhere maybe for you guys. I gotta figure that out. If we close above here, oh yeah, we're taking this. Took it a little aggressive. Wondering if there's Trump news or something.
Trump says Iran has no leaders
22
left.
range, simple divergence pair.
Just reiterating, Trump says Iran has no leaders left. If we can hold above here. If not, we'll take a little $500 loss. We're just working on having fun on a prop up count right now. We're at the 200-day moving average, so I'm going to add another 25. If it keeps hugging the bottom end of the 200, I'm just going to get out of this. There's no point. We'll just enter again later. I don't like that we're in no man's land here. I thought we were gonna break above on the stochastics, and this has been kind of a key support the last like 15-20 minutes. So I thought that we could do something. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Like I said, I'm just on a prop account, just trying to get used to NinjaTrader again. I haven't used NinjaTrader in a long time. Just getting used to all the hotkeys that I set up. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this, so I'm just gonna get out.
1 minute.
And I don't like these hotkeys that I've set up.
Sell.
I ended up entering something I didn't like. Let me just change my settings here. It's really important that you fully feel comfortable with the platform that you're using, with all the hotkeys, with where everything is, because if you make a little mistake, you can lose a lot of money. I've definitely made mistakes in how I wanted to trade something. I've definitely lost a lot of money doing that, just with stupid mistakes. I have to enable a hotkey for order size. I like to change my order sizing sometimes if I want to play stop losses and stuff. Okay, what if we change it to this? Okay. Alright, so now we do have a bear divergence. So there might not be much to do here, we just kind of gotta wait. I could try and take a sneaky short down here if we stay under this 200-day moving average. I'm trading the MES right now. Right now I'm just trying out 25 contracts each. See how that feels. are we gonna close? 4 seconds. I need to get a timer up here. We could do one here. Oops. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong. Okay. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys for a different software that I'm in.
Order filled.
See, this works out. This might just not be the right time to trade during the day. Hour and a half before close. If we're just kind of locked in here, then we're locked. And I actually don't like this. So I'll wait. I'll just wait till we get above the 80 stochastic. So in the meanwhile, let's show you guys how to set up some charts. Let's go to a fresh chart here on this one. Let me give you guys. So we're using NinjaTrader right now, but we'll show you a fresh chart. Ooh, look at that, super crispy, super fresh. So right now I'm looking at the ES. We're at the 5 minute. Why don't we go to the 15 minute? Okay. So one thing you're gonna want is you are going to want, I don't know, how did a horizontal line just appear on my fresh page? Unacceptable. You're going to want to go up here. You're going to want to click, oh, I don't know if you guys can, oh, you guys can't see it.
1 minute. Quad
Hold on.
rotation system
Hold
armed
on.
for sell.
Okay. My indicators are going up. Okay, let me pull this down. I want you guys to see. Okay, there we go. So you're going to click up here. You're going to click, whoops. First of all, you're going to want to click Chart Trader. So click this little chart thing over here. Click Chart Trader on like this. This is where you can see your accounts. You can do your buy orders, whatever. Or you can right click directly on here and click like buy. So if I click under right now, we're going to go buy limit, right? And you can then drag and click. Okay, very cool. First of all, I like to be able to see where I'm pointing. So we're going to left click on the screen. We're going to go to crosshair. We're going to go to local, or you can just do Control Q, right? So that brings that up. And now you can see where you're pointing. You can see what the price range is on the right-hand side. All that fun stuff. Now we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to go to indicators, the little chart sign right there. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is put some volume. So just a regular volume, not order flow. It usually comes, it's just VOL actually on NinjaTrader. And then click apply. So that's just your general daily volume chart, right? Or whatever time frame that you're looking at. So we had a peak volume of 140,000 in the last little while. Actually, the whole day, that's been the highest volume. This little move right here. Oh no, this is today. Sorry. Boop. This is today. I forgot. I'm usually on the 1 minute, so I'm not used to looking at it. Okay, cool. Other indicators that you're going to put on that are really important. EMAs, exponential moving average. It's right here. You're going to want to add 3 of them. And then you can click. So if we just hit apply, so it's defaulted to a 14 period, okay? Which means 14 of the 15-minute candles. We're going to want a 20-minute period. I mean the 20 period. We're going to want a 50 period, and we're going to want a 200 period. So I just clicked on each of these and changed that time period. Then if you scroll down, oh, here it gives you a little description. Look at that. Indicator that shows the average value of a security's price over time. When calculating a moving average, the EMA applies more weight to recent prices than the SMA, which is the simple
Gold.
moving
1
average.
Minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell.
Oh, gold we might be shorting gold. That's just my indicator that I use. one of my scanners that I use. Okay. So I like to I have set colors for this stuff. So for my 20-day moving average, I use red. For the 50, I use purple. And this is just me. You guys can set up whatever you want, obviously. And for the 200, I use light blue because I want it to really stick out. I use cyan. Because 200-day moving averages are very, very, very important. So there you go. We're on the 15. We can just go to the 5-minute time frame up here. So there are your moving averages. Here's the chart. And I trade off of Day Trading Radio's strategies. He uses stochastic indicators, and I've had a lot of success with them. I really like the way stochastic indicators work. So we're going to search it here. So we're going to do the fast stochastics, add it 3 times, and then we're going to do just the regular stochastics once. Okay. Now, stochastics are basically a momentum indicator. It shows you if something is oversold or overbought. And it's really good to use these to understand when markets are kind of shifting. And we uploaded 4 for a reason. So your first one, you're going to change the K period to 9. So remember, a period is one of these bars. So if we're in the 5-minute time frame, it's going to look at 9 of these bars, right? For this will stay at 14. Your third one will go to 40, and this period will go to 4. So that's just how it smooths the line. That's all. And then we have this one. We're going to be at 60, 6, and then 1. It was at 10, but I tried around with 10, but I like 1. So now you get these stochastic lines. So you're going to want to get rid of this K line. This is the K line here. So let's take a look at the chart. The K line is all over the place. You see the goldenrod one. It's a boo, boo, boo. And that's just that. Those are all the data points. And the D is the smoother version of it. So we want the smoother version of it. So we're going to go back to our indicators here and scroll the way down on the 9-minute. And we're just going to go to our K line, selecting a color. And we're just going to click. Is there actually a way just to turn it off? No, I think you just got to select a color. So that's fine. So we're just going to go up and find white. And we're going to do that for all of them. So we're just going to click through. So then we're only going to have that blue line. And then I'm going to make that blue line a little bit darker. So we're going to go up here, D. So width, we're going to put down 2.
1 minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell.
Okay, we're ready to do a short on gold. We'll take a look at that. Okay, let's apply. And there we go. So let me explain how this works. So these are our blue lines that we're going to be looking at. These are our stochastic indicators, our 9 period, 14, 40, and 60. These little turquoise lines here, they are up at the 80 and down at the 20. Essentially, the easiest way to explain this is if the 9 period, so we're looking at 9 of the bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So till here. From here to here, right now, it's showing that we're 71. It's not really percent, but that's an easy way to think of it. If we cross the 80, that means that we're overbought. Okay, all the pressure has been buying, and there's not enough selling pressure to balance it out. So when we're above the 80, that means we're overbought. If we're below the 80, below the 20, that means we're oversold. Okay, so if we're sitting above, so up here we're sitting above the 80, right? And when we cross this 80 line on the 9 period, so that means on the short time frame, selling pressure is coming in. And as you see, we did get a big red candle there. And the reason we use 4 of these periods is because we like to encompass a little bit more. So we're not just looking at this, but we're looking at the 14, we're looking at the 40, and then we're looking at the 60. So we're looking at the overall time frame. Now, a sure shot way to understand which direction a trade is going is if all of these cross at the same time. So up here you see we crossed. That means that we have bearish momentum coming in, and sure enough we trended downwards. Okay, all the selling pressure came in. And you have this channel here.
YM 1 minute.
And this is the most simple way to do it. This is the most simple way to do it. And so this we should have actually gotten into this position. Actually, were we? Oh, this is on the 5-minute. I was trading on the 1 minute. And it's different for each chart. So now if we go to the 1 minute chart, now all of a sudden we're looking at, this is 9 minutes, this is 14 minutes, right? 14 periods, 40 periods, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, okay? And at the bottom down here, you can see all your time frames. Actually, you guys can't see that, but down there. So you see, you can see like 11 a.m., 11:50 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever, all that sort of stuff. So, you can't really see the DOM, eh? It's okay. I'm just trying to get it in frame a little bit. It's okay if you guys can only see a little bit of it. It's not a big deal. I don't really want to talk about the DOM too much today. So now we have an also chart, like just draw some lines, draw some trend lines. This is the drawing tool down here. You can also use the hotkeys. F3 is array.
1 minute.
So we had some
Quad
support
rotation
here.
System armed for sell.
And then we have some bigger support over there, but usually they come in parallels, right? If you see a support line, it usually fits everything really nicely. Now this is a little bit higher, but so we technically could drag this up like that because these lines kind of crossed it. Just to be safe, let's do that. And essentially you just want to use a like coordination of these down here, these support lines in here, there's exponential moving averages, and also then the movement of the movement of your chart, bouncing off these lines, and in these drawings that you're going to find these trend lines. So if this kind of continues along in a little bullish trend where we can anticipate the moves down as we're bouncing off these, and we can get confirmation with these down here, or we can just wait for a break in this, right? So if this is a trend that's moving, and you see down here too, it was a little bit further back at 10 a.m. we were just moving down in this trend, and then it's when we cross this trend line that we've drawn that we can get a nice move. So our next real move that we're looking for on the S&P 500 on the ES would be when this crosses down. Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. Is when it crosses down through here, right? And then we'll look for a downward motion there. I don't know how do I draw the freehand tool? I don't even know the hotkey for that. I don't know if there is. Just there has to be. It doesn't matter. I think that was a good horizontal path. That's what it said. No, I'm crazy. So I'll just draw a line. So yeah, basically we're going to be looking for a crossing here, and we're going to look for these to cross at the same time.
NQ.
Down here.
1 minute. Quad rotation sell signal.
So the reason we're getting a sell signal on the quad rotation on the NQ, so we'll go to the NQ. We don't need to do minis on NQ. So we're on the 1 minute. So the reason it's giving us a quad rotation signal, and that's what Day Trading Radio calls it. Because I'm not taking credit for this. I just use systems that I like. Oh, I clicked off here. And he's made these really nifty indicators that you can buy too that I like to use. It's programmed to tell you when these lines are being crossed. So they were crossed up top here twice, so it's primed. We're just waiting for these two period, the 40 period and the 60 period, to cross the 80, and then we can enter a sell position. In the meantime, let's set up some trend lines. So we're looking to break this trend. So once again, we'll go a little bit higher just to be safe. Oops. Let's see if is there an additional trend line that we can connect over here. What are we up here? So this might be a resistance zone just because this is a previous trend that we had. Down right there. I mean, we can even go, technically we can go down to here. So really these are our zones. We kind of broke under and then picked up here. Oops. So oftentimes it's just a waiting game. I'm just not doing much. I don't want to trade 50 to 25 of the NQ though.
Yes. 1 minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell. NQ.
The S&P 500 is also primed for sell. Okay, so we could take a little short position here. Once we get up to this level, I think that's the time to do it.
Bitcoin, 1 minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell.
That would be the time to do it. No, like I said, this is a prop account right now. Just having fun, just testing things out. It still makes you feel a little bit like you have real money. I think you need to have some sort of feeling that there's some sort of real money in the game, even when you're testing stuff, because if you're just doing paper trading, at least for me, it's not the same, right? Even though prop firms are cheap, it's like a lower amount of money. It's still some sort of money.
1 minute.
So you just
Quad
crash
rotation
through this
system armed for
resistance up here.
Gold. 1 minute.
I'm
Quad
waiting for
rotation
these
system
four
armed for sell.
stochastics to cross down.
And Q. 22 range. Simple divergence bear.
So there's a bear divergence here. If this closes below here on the 1 minute, I think I would be inclined to enter one position on it. See the 5-minute chart, and this is important to look at the different levels of charts. The 5-minute chart, this is very, very bullish. And the 40 and 60-minute periods are still kind of getting, the 60's kind of in no man's land. But the 40 has just kind of crossed about 20 minutes ago. So we're still in this big buy pattern on the 5-minute. What about the 15-minute? Looking pretty bullish on the 15 as well. On the 3-minute, we're incredibly bullish too. So don't get trapped just on one. I'm saying if we would have entered there, we would have lost big time. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. I think we're good there. Like I said, I haven't used NinjaTrader in a long time, and you can make mistakes really easily, which is why I'm practicing. Crossing here isn't really good. That means that it'll move further up, but I'm not going to buy when we're way overbought on all the times on all the period levels. So we're just going to be patient. Anyone have any questions about how to set up your charts and what you're looking for? Right now I'm looking at the NASDAQ futures for the month of June. You can do this with any chart. You can do it with Bitcoin. You can do it with XRP. You can do it with individual stocks. You can do that as well.
ES. 1 minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell.
This is a pretty bearish candle.
1 minute.
I just want to get confirmation. I want this to close
system
under,
armed for
and if this
sell.
actually engulfs and closes down here, not touches down there. How much time do we have till the next minute? We just started, so we got 20 seconds. Might be I mean, we're missing a lot of gains off the table here, but I'd rather get confirmation.
Bitcoin. 1 minute. Quad rotation system armed for sell.
20 seconds. If we touch this, I'm going to sell limit up here. If we touch this line, it's automatically going to sell. And if we close lower, I'm also. Now this is kind of our limit range down here, so I'll wait for this to pull back. I'm going to move this to this trend line. And if I missed it, I missed it. I don't want to FOMO into something. So yeah, just under that trend line. And if it runs, it runs. So be it. Then we'll just look for a rotation out. We'll just look for another bullish rotation or a bounce. Now the 200-day moving average is super important. This is the one thing I don't like about NinjaTrader, is that I don't understand how to navigate it properly yet. Let's bring all this stuff down a little bit. Let's scroll up. So, and then click F. That just focuses your screen on what you're trying to look at. So, what was I going to say here? I was going to say something. Oh yeah, the 200-day moving average, super, super important. There's a lot of 200-day moving average is like a big indicator, or the 200 range moving average in this case, because we're looking at the 1 minute. So these big sort of psychological levels are where big orders are placed generally, and most likely when you're in the middle of a trend. So I'm just going to point out that we've crossed here on the 9 period, the 14 period, and we're looking to cross on the 40 and the 60. So most likely we're going to get a little bit of a pullback here, and then I'll probably enter. A little bit lower than I want to, but I'll enter. A lot of buy orders or sell orders are placed at that 200-day average, or the 200 range average there. on the turquoise. And so most likely if you're continuing a trend, like say you're doing an uptrend like this, well, this is a great example right here. You have a solid uptrend. As soon as you hit that turquoise line, there's always a bounce back. There's always a pullback. Always. It's not necessarily going to be permanent, but there's always a bit of a pullback because there's a huge flood of orders at that level generally. So we got a little bit of a reversal candles here. This is a little bit bullish. So let's hope that it comes right back up to our level. I'm just putting this right at the wick of this candle here, of this green candle here. And then hopefully we can enter. Actually, I'm going to enter in 2 positions so I can take one off the table when it's time to take some profit. Always important to lock in some profit. And feel disgusted. We're listening to Dism right now. I think that's what they're called, Dism. Pretty sure it's like a guy that does AI stuff, but I really like the music. It's some good like Japanese-esque metal stuff. Okay. So now our shorter periods are coming down to the oversold level. So based on this stuff, I don't even know if I want to enter the trade anymore. We'll see. At this point, it's taking quite long to bounce back. So this might just be a continuation of the pattern. On the DOM here, you can't see the, you can only see the buy side, but the sell side is really battling. Really battling. So we're kind of resting at this 20 period moving average here. How's the ES doing? So this is the S&P 500, the micro contracts. This one is the NASDAQ full contracts. Now it crossed here. We could look for a touch. But we've kind of passed the zone where we can. This is a big point of resistance. If we cross here, that would be a good time to take another entry. So I'm going to cancel my orders. We're just not taking a trade there. So this is actually a very bearish sign, this candle here. Notice how there's no wick about. There was barely any wick on before it, and there's no wick on this at all. And then on the next candle, there was no wick either. So this means that there was above this level, there was no buyers. There was we couldn't get to those buyers at all. So we couldn't get to them on this period, and we couldn't get to them on this period at all. And this actually dropped down. It got bought back up, but then moved nowhere. And so once we sort of crossed this zone here, we could have pretty much aggressively gone in, especially because we're at the top of this trend line. But I wanted to be safe. There actually might be a larger trend line here that's influencing this. Let's see if right down like that. So these trend lines are kind of overlapping. It almost lined up exactly with this one. It's interesting. These trend lines do extend. They do extend. I'm going to make this dotted because I do want to keep an eye on it. Dash dot. I'm going to make this a dash dot too, just so I know that it comes from earlier today. Just a dash dot, right? Yeah, cool. So we're now going to be looking for the 9 and the 14 period to cross upwards. So now this is oversold. These are both oversold. So 19 candles back and 14 candles back are all oversold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 starting here. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So basically from here to here, we're oversold. And generally when these two cross upwards past that 20, we're going to get some buying pressure. We're going to get a nice little swing. Now we could get in a little bit early here with one contract. Just get a little bit of a pullback.
Order submitted.
Remember what I said about this turquoise line? We usually get a bounce there. So we'll go, oops, we'll go right to this trend line. Right to the 50-day moving average.
22 range, simple divergence bull.
We do have a divergence on the NQ, which means that that signals some buying pressure. So actually we're just gonna, let's just get in.
Filled.
Oh, it filled both of them. Excellent, that's cool actually. So I can take some off the table as this moves. So first place I want to take some off the table is kind of up here towards the 20-day moving average. We usually have some resistance there. Oh, and I'm on the wrong. I didn't sync these. Well, the NASDAQ futures here. Here we go. And if you want, you can set a stop loss at break even. Usually I'll do that after I take grab my first profit. If we can get above it. That's not a very strong line. I don't really like that. Might break down over here. Let's hopefully that we can hit our profit soon. If not, I'll just take this trade off the table. If we can cross this 20-day moving average, that's the resistance there. Okay, there we got one. So now we're going to set a break even. Stop markets. So we've secured 120 on that. And now we can just generally move this up. If it stops out, it stops out. We're not 120. We secured like 100 on that or something like that. I'm trying to do my math. Yeah, we have 140 in total, right? Oh, I'm doing this on the different account. The account that's already negative. That's why I don't understand how much we've made. I'm so confused. We can look at positions. Where's my positions tab? Orders. $24.28. So yeah, 7.5 points on the NASDAQ. One contract, 7.5 points. Contract moves by 5, I believe. And it tells you how many ticks away you are. So we can be like just under this 20-day moving average. If we stop out, we stop out. There's a bit of a resistance right here. See all these orders, all these candles like closed in and around that area. If this breaks here, we're gonna move our stop up. All right, it did just under this zone here. I believe this is around the 200 something mark. So we're about halfway of profit. And honestly, I think we're gonna recapture this candle. This was a really fat candle in 1 minute, so that means that there's a lot of room for orders to push through, for buy orders to push up through here. Even though we're on a bearish diver, oh no, we're on the NASDAQ. I keep looking at the ES. Yeah, so NASDAQ's kind of in neutral, but this could have been a fake push up, and that's why it's good to have a stop here. So we take some profit anyways. Like I said, I did this on the
Order
wrong account,
filled.
so I can't tell how much we made. We had 350, 300, 350 on that one. And then look, do you see everything's kind of in the middle of the screen here? Now we're no man's land. There's no trades here. There's no sure trades here. Oh, it says right here. So we bought at 27,850, 24, 27,850, and then 28. So we take the average of that. And then we kind of closed out at the same place actually. So about 275, 300 bucks on that one. And then looking at the MES, let's actually go to fresh account so we can show. Okay, so on the 1 minute chart here, it's essentially started a new trend now. And this one still extends from a previous time frame. And it lines up perfectly with the bottom that was here. So this is our kind of new trend up, which just got broken, which is fine. Oops. Once again, I'm trading on the 1 minute. Oh man, I'm screwing this up. But I do keep track of looking at other time frames. So we are kind of in no man's land all around in the ES. Could bounce off this little level here though. Trying to see if there's a broader trend here that I'm maybe missing. That's kind of pushing it. Because that goes above that way. Sometimes there's just no trends yet. You gotta wait for the trends to build themselves out. Trend lines. Let's look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute. We're just kind of trading sideways. 5 minute, we're in no man's land. 3 minute, we're in no man's land. Yeah. And the 1 minute is the MES also. So those are micros. We could get a little upward swing here if both of these cross. Like I said, usually when you hit that 200 day, you get a little bounce. See, so now we're kind of setting up a trend. A little bit. Oops. Somewhere around here. We can't be certain yet, though, until we get a couple more candles. But really, we kind of have like the reverse of a wedge. Might rockets down and then it'll just sort of spread out and trade sideways for a while. There's nothing to do but listen to music and vibe until we get an opportunity. And really, if you have these three EMAs, the 20, the 50, and the 200, you don't really need too much more. I just realized what time it is. I've got a meeting in 2 minutes, actually. So that might be it. That might be it. I hope you guys found this video helpful on how to set up your trades. Usually power hour will get a little pop. And if these cross, we can scalp a little bit. Do a quick in and out. This might be an opportunity to do it. I can show you guys real quick. Like I said, I'm not too worried since these are prop accounts right now. Oh, there's one. As soon as it pulls back to the purple a little bit, we'll get in. I may have missed it. There we go. Going in now. Maybe we missed it. Maybe not. But we're at the bottom here. We're still really close to that oversold, excuse me. Closed higher. That's a good sign. And we can't get hurt too bad. Maybe just like $200 as we get down to this resistance here. What I'm hoping is we can kind of cross this, touch it again. Take a little bit of profit. Oh, this is just isn't putting me on the right. Dom, I have to optimize this stuff. I know I'm on the wrong account, yeah. NinjaTrader can get a little bit confusing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Just looking for a little bit more of a move. We're not greedy. So like $40, $50, 31. We can take a couple of positions off as we're getting higher. It's getting a lot of resistance from that 20-day. That 20 period. Okay, at 25 we'll take one off. Take two. There we go.
Order filled.
$36 profit. And let's see if we can hit 50. Just off this one little guy.
Order filled.
There we go. Exactly $40 worth of profit on that little guy. And we could have held it, but I got to run for a meeting, so. But do you see how it's neatly trading in these zones now? And this might break through, but the likelihood that this breaks through this way is very unlikely because we're in no man's land in the middle periods, in the 40 period and the 60 period. And if you do, great, but then don't chase it, because then you're still kind of in no man's land. So you were looking for these signals. So the reason I entered that trade is because this crossed, and this crossed the oversold mark. Usually when these crossed, you get a short-term move, but the long-term move is still in no man's land here. Okay, the mid-term move is in no man's land, and the long-term move is in no man's land at like 55, 56, which means that this could swing anyway. It could come right back down. When all of these cross, you know you're going to get like 4 or 5 candles. And let's find an opportunity where that happens really quick, and then I got to leave. So right here, cross, 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 and this the longer period crosses a little bit later, but you see we had a move here when these three crossed, and then when this longer period, 60 period, crosses, right here we get that big upwards move. So that's a sure place to enter. That is an absolute sure place to enter. You are in the middle of the trend zone, but I mean, if these all start crossing and start moving together, that's a sure place to get in, and you're not going to be hurt too much. Hey, happy trading in the last hour, guys. I got this meeting to go to, and I will probably hop on a little bit later. Maybe trade the 5 p.m. market for the futures around 5. I got some real money accounts I want to trade with. So, good luck, everybody. Trade smart. Don't gamble. We all like to gamble. Everybody will gamble a little bit, right? I even gamble a little bit. And you see it didn't cross. We got a big rejection candle. This is super bearish. We could actually take a little scalp there and just get a little pull down for till about that purple, to that 50-day moving average, or even just play it safe in to the 20-day moving average. But use tools, but don't get bogged down by them. This is basically all you need. If you guys want more details or have any questions, just write in the comments and I'll answer everyone's questions.